Coffee and Headlines is brought to you by the generous support of our viewers and the following community partners. Best Cord Cutting TV, Bravo's Restaurant Bar, El Rey Lounge de Versalles, Joint Boutique Hotel and Cowork, Puerto Vallarta Neurofeedback, Puerto Vallarta Owners Reps, Oculto, and Siam Cocina Thai. Thank you for your support, and thank you for supporting our community partners. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines. This is our morning get-together live here on Facebook, where, oh my goodness, today is Day of the Dead. We're so excited about the fact that it is Day of the Dead. We're going to go to the parade later on today. And later on in the broadcast, I wonder if you have any questions about Day of the Dead. So we'll be answering any questions you may have about Day of the Dead, the traditions, this, that, and the other. I know there were some interesting questions that I heard on my recent Day of the Dead presentation. So if there's anything on the back of your mind that you're thinking you should want to know about Day of the Dead, please let me know. We'll talk about this later on in the broadcast. Please remember to add a capital letter Q at the beginning of your questions so that I can find them as we look at everybody's comment. And of course, it's Saturday. It's the weekend. It is so nice. And the air. There you go, Bay City Rollers. When was the last time you thought about the Bay City Rollers? The air is just wonderful. I feel the breeze. It's cool. It's fresh. It's fall. I am loving it. Let's just dive into the news so that we can get done with our day or continue with our day. Let's see. Come on, news. Boom. There you go. So this is, excuse me, kind of an echo from yesterday's controlled parking news. Of course, yesterday we laughed at the fact that the city is proposing controlled parking, which is a very glamorous way to say parking meters. But it is parking meters that the city has in mind. More information is trickling down about the possibility of installing parking meters in El Centro, including the implementation of an app. An app to, I don't know, to pay for your tickets, an app to find available spaces. I'm not sure. Some people are keen on the idea. Others think it's preposterous. The reason I bring it up is because this was on social media everywhere yesterday. There were a lot of divided opinions on the idea, and my 2 cents continue to be the same. Every time you come up with an idea, even when the idea is good, and I'm not saying parking meters are good or bad, you know, if you don't have some kind of feasibility study about how you're going to run it and who's going to work it, and who's going to get trained, or are you going to rely on external services that feature trained personnel to run these new features? It is not sound to come up with these proposals, but that's just my humble 2 cents. We'll keep an eye on this one. I don't think it is going to fly, but you never know. And of course, that's not the only noise that we're hearing from City Hall this morning. Between Christmas bonuses and other important financial obligations that the municipality has between now and the end of December, Puerto Vallarta apparently has no choice but to go in depth with a give or take 153 million peso loan that is presently pending approval by the city council. Should this loan be approved, Mayor Munguia has vowed to use the money responsibly and transparently. But another way to look at this news item is the past administration left Puerto Vallarta 153 million pesos short. Otherwise, why would the city need to go into debt to find another loan right now? That is just food for thought. In this upcoming music appreciation presentation, we will delve into the powerful world of Sergei Rachmaninoff, a composer, pianist, and conductor who left an indelible mark on the classical music landscape. Renowned for his towering virtuosity, Rachmaninoff blended the romantic spirit of the 19th century with the shifting aesthetics of the 20th century, creating works that are both lush and deeply emotional. Join me as we celebrate Rachmaninoff's timeless genius, exploring his profound emotional landscapes and his contributions to piano repertoire, both as a composer and a legendary performer. As usual, our presentation will take place at the Joint Boutique Hotel and Cowork on Thursday, November 7 at 5 p.m. in air-conditioned comfort. See you then, and thank you for sharing. And of course, we would go right into the weather, but I wanted to add 2 cents about Rachmaninoff. First of all, the background music that I'm using on that little promo is definitely not Rachmaninoff. The Rachmaninoff estate watches very vigilantly when Rachmaninoff music recordings are used in any way, shape, or form that is not authorized, so I didn't want to take any chances. But hear this. The music of Rachmaninoff made Frank Sinatra a fair amount of money. The music of Sergei Rachmaninoff made or has made Celine Dion a huge amount of money. If you're curious about why, then it's just a matter of coming to the music appreciation presentation. Or if you want to spoil it, feel free to add the reason in your comment. It's not new news. We've talked about this in the past. But first, let's take a look at the weather. And the weatherman says, I rigged it so your vote counts more than anyone else's. Don't forget to cast your ballot. Oh, yes. Don't forget to cast your ballot. We're going to repeat that mantra because I think it is a useful mantra, at least north of the border right now. It is 28 degrees out there. Humidity is at 60, not as high as usual, not as low as we would want it to be. And our weather forecast for today says we're going to enjoy clear skies in the morning with partly cloudy skies in the afternoon, a high of 31 and a low of 19. Then tomorrow, Sunday, we'll enjoy a humid day with partly cloudy skies throughout the day with a high of 30 and a low of 19. And we begin the work week on Monday with clear skies in the morning with partly cloudy skies in the afternoon, a high of 30 and a low of 19, a chance of rain of 15%. We may get rain. We may not. Somehow, I don't think we will. Now, I have other things that I want to announce. Well, we start with, once again, today is Day of the Dead. We're finally here. It's time to greet your loved ones who are coming back to pay a visit if you've provided clear instructions for their spirits to find their home. So if anybody has any questions between now and when we take a look at the comments, please feel free to add a capital letter Q to your questions so we can find them and look at them during the comment section. One thing I will mention ahead of time is that I read yesterday that the... Oh, come on, let me fix that screen. Can I not fix that screen? Oh, let me just switch. This is too complicated. I won't deal with it right now. Yesterday afternoon, I noticed there was a change in the route of the parade. The route of the parade will actually begin at the Sheraton Hotel, not the cemetery as it usually does, because there is no street. There is no street for the parade to come down. So it'll begin at the Sheraton Hotel, and it will continue through the Malecón and go all the way to Plaza Lázaro Cárdenas. In case you're wanting to watch the parade, I think it begins at 6 o'clock, or maybe it's 5. I will. There was a map that was posted yesterday. I will look for it and I will share it with you in the Facebook page. So that was that. I also want to talk a little bit about cultural appropriation. We've often mentioned the fact that some Mexican traditions have been culturally appropriated north of the border, but we can culturally appropriate as well. One such case is Thanksgiving. While it's not, oh, I'm sorry, I'm hearing music from outside and that distracts me. Um, while it is not a widespread celebration throughout Mexico, here in Puerto Vallarta, a lot of homes, a lot of places celebrate Thanksgiving. A lot of restaurants celebrate American Thanksgiving and Canadian Thanksgiving, which just passed. But what about a Mexican style Thanksgiving? Well, Oculto will be providing us that opportunity to enjoy Mexican style Thanksgiving on Thursday, November 28th at 7 p.m. What is Carmen going to serve? You're probably wondering, what do you eat in a Mexican style Thanksgiving? Well, the menu is on the event, but Carmen will be joining me to discuss her menu this coming Wednesday in the spotlight. So I'll be very excited to exchange ideas about cultural appropriation with her, and more specifically, find out how she plans to embed a touch of Mexico in her Thanksgiving celebration. So we'll be looking forward to that this coming Wednesday. I also want to let you know that our friends at Café Río, where we host our music appreciation, not our music, well, yeah, we host our music appreciation presentations at the Joint Boutique Hotel, but we also host the Spotlight right at Café Río, and they're going a little combo crazy with 4 different combos aside from their seasonal Day of the Dead combo. You can enjoy these and have a nice meal. One is a sandwich and a soda. Another one is American coffee and a muffin, salmon bagel and soda, and ham and cheese croissant and soda. You can pursue these at Café Rio, which is open from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And of course, I already told you about the Spotlight, which I'm very excited about. So let us head over to your comments to see what you're up to today. And what do we got? Let's see. Ooh, there you go. We have lots of good mornings, which I appreciate. Thank you very much. Cool morning, says Kathy. Yes, it is nice and fresh. I love it. Boom, pim, boom, boom. I swear that my ofrenda has brought me some visitations over the last few days, says Betsy Ann. That probably means that there are people out there or spirits out there that love you. Let's see. Muffin contributes. Parking meters are part of life in any robust and lively city center. Of course, that's true. Emiliano Zapata would benefit greatly from this as well. Vallarta is no longer the sleepy fishing village of days gone by. We know this to be true. I actually am all for parking meters, but know from Puerto Vallarta living experience that the city will come up with all these grandiose ideas, but will not put forth the infrastructure to make them work efficiently once they have started offering them. We've seen apps for taxi cabs. We've seen apps for restaurant reservations. We've seen apps for the local city bus. Of course, then the state decided to change to a statewide card. So it's not like we haven't seen these attempts before, but they just haven't followed them up in a robust way. Hopefully, if they do, the city will have not only a new source of revenue, but, this whole goal of controlling vehicular traffic in crowded areas is really sensible. So we'll see what happens. Pudding, boom, boom, boom. Oh no, Eric, how do you feel? Day of the Dead, is that why I feel like this? How do you feel? Ah, Jess, it's great to see that you're here. I just saw your parents the other day, Dan and Kathy, and we talked about you. Do 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 do. And Kathy, who now has seen Café Rio, that muffin at Café Rio looks good. Oh yes, their pastries are good. Their coffee is good. It's just a great place to enjoy light fare. And this brings us to the end of this morning. I don't see any questions about Day of the Dead, which means that you know what to do, you know where to go, you know how to enjoy. This makes me very happy. This means my work is done. So, with that said, we will wrap up this broadcast. Thank you very much for joining me today. I'll be looking forward to seeing you again on Monday morning. Between now and then, have a mellow weekend. Enjoy yourselves out there on the parade. If you're out there, I'll be out there with some friends. And of course, if you have the time, feel free to let others know about what we're doing here. And feel free to subscribe, follow, forward, join, or otherwise engage with Coffee and Headlines. We appreciate it very much. Have a great day, and I will see you on Monday morning. Take care.